like sometimes even if it is not there and teacher is not explaining in detail, is because of time management skill also, because our main focus is to prepare ourselves for BE also for this year, and other things are just to check your prior skills. Okay, because if you have them possessing that from primary, you will not be facing that type of problem in a team also, more or less. It's not that no one will face a problem. There will be problem in life. It will keep on coming. Okay, like even in the, if you keep students of bachelor's level also, they'll be coming with a conflict in the team. Even in management, I mean, so even in the organization, like with orders also, there will be conflicts going on. Only the thing is like conflict management, how they work out on it. Some might compromise, some might not compromise. How do they negotiate? Okay, different ways. Okay, now, so these are the different things that we study under education. And for all these things, you have been getting this knowledge in schools itself, and slowly in college, okay, universities, and maybe that is mainly for the academic, and other like training centers for, and training centers for maybe vocational training, to different other types of training as well. So in this, we have three of those occupation listed for grade 8. One is teacher, another is professor, and another is principal. In grade 7, we did the same thing, but that was related with more or less like schools itself. Okay, Montessori, no, child development center teachers, similar things itself in grade 7 as well. So teacher is the same thing over here. So you know what are the role of the teacher in this 21st century. Rather than teacher just being a source of information, giving you all the information, is more or less like a facilitator. Facilitator is going to make the learning happen, like the learning take place. Right now, the learning can take place not only from the teacher. You yourself, you are presenting. You can learn from each other. Don't think when your friends are presenting, it's not time to pay attention. It's time to have free time. Then you'll again make a burden of the teacher to again give a lecture. So you have to listen to your friends itself. Okay, and then because they will also be preparing very well when you start listening to them. If they know you are listening, then they will also prepare well. If they know that you don't listen well, they also won't feel motivated to even speak. Even the teacher, like if we see the students are not listening, then teacher doesn't get motivated, thinking maybe the topic is not interesting, or teacher is not interesting, or whatever it is. And then maybe like you can just know, okay, when you speak, how do you feel if the other person doesn't speak? Attitude, like empathy, just be in that situation and think, okay, how do you feel? Okay, if they, like same way, like the teacher is speaking, everyone's camera is off, and teacher doesn't even know where are they. Same way you also think there. Okay, when you're speaking, all the cameras are off and you don't even know who is there. Is it only 2-3 students listening, and some showing their listening skills by nodding the head? Yes, that's also one of the way we can know that someone is showing those gestures. Okay, some body language. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is more or less like I really cannot accept people in the middle, because like I cannot even check when they came in. Okay, and that's the reason why I don't accept immediately, because when their screen comes, I cannot see my attendance at all exactly when they try to enter. Okay, so from next class it will not be allowed. For today is just a reminder. Okay, saying that you will know it doesn't allow automatic entry when you log out too many times. Okay, so in case of teacher, like I told, it is more or less like a facilitator. Facilitator's role is more or less to give you the materials, to give you the sources, to some extent give you guidance. Okay, not directly lecture also. So that's why we told you to present, and I'm just trying to wrap up with this. So these are the ways how like the work, that's the work of a teacher in this 21st century, not like in the past. But you just know the job description. Okay, maybe depending on different school, it might still depend. Maybe still few schools are traditional, where they tell the teacher to speak for 32 minutes in 40 minutes. Okay, they might have a belief saying the more you speak, more they learn. Some might say the students are not going to listen after you in 10 minutes even. Don't make it too long. Different things version comes from education leader itself. Some says keep on speaking for 32 minutes in a class. Okay, out of 40 minutes. Means 32 minutes keep on lecturing. More or less, I mean, that's what I think they're trying to tell. Keep on continuing. But attention span shows more or less most people cannot concentrate after 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, next thing. So you can see in the educational qualification, we have different levels of educational qualification required to become a teacher. In case of like Finland, like last time, I don't know how many times I have told the same thing or not. If I taught you already, I have told this already. Okay, like to become a teacher, they need to first finish their master's degree and then go for a training, and only they'll be allowed to teach in the schools. But whereas in our case, if they finish masters, more or less you will see them, they will our case, like they are eligible to teach itself, not for the school itself directly, even teach a master's level. They also, it's eligible in their case also. It's not that they what will they study. Okay, it's eligible in their case, but in our case, for grade 1 to 5, grade 10 is enough. Grade 10 is enough to teach grade 1 to 5. If it is below that, then only it is against the law that they have been not working according to those processes. Grivani, Riha, Sanvi, Nahman, and Subini, and Baibavi, I cannot see you right now. Maybe I have some other files opened as well. That's why also. Just refresh it, or if I just take the name, because we don't want to keep on taking time to just talk that. Okay, if it's too many times, of course, I am not made an issue. It might be a technical thing. That's why. Okay. So we have the teachers. So you can see on the screen as well, and requirements to become a teacher. I told you for grade 10 is eligible just for grade 10 is grade 10 is enough to become a teacher for primary level, especially 1 to 5, and for 6 to 8 you need grade 12. If they have finished at least 12, then you're allowed to teach grade 6 to 8. The level to teach you can be itself grade 6 to 8. But the thing is, some schools, they are told to be A grade school, special level school, and that's when they try to hire better teachers as well. Okay, so that they can also, so that it is a A grade, B rather than B or C, D grade. Okay, or a special. This is test training. Okay, well that's what some of them have been taking also. Okay, for a few internationally, what they have written. I don't know about all the schools, what our school also has exactly taken. Okay, which grade it has taken. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to just say. Based on that, they might just look for more better. Just maybe some will self look for master's level itself, even for 9 and 10. So, but here in case of 9 and 10, to teach 9 and 10, you need to have bachelor's. Bachelor's is enough. According to like legal things, bachelor is enough. Okay, and for teaching 11 and 12, master's level is needed. To teach bachelor's also, master's is enough. To teach master's also, master's is enough. But if like I had a teacher in grade 11 and 12, 2-3 teachers who had a doctorate. Okay, while I was studying in St. George's College. Okay, if they want to teach because the college is paying them, they will of course even teach preschool, right? Or not paying only, maybe if it is their passion at time, they will even teach preschool. If they have a PhD, even it's based on there. Some might just have a PhD, but it might not be working out well. Maybe they couldn't do well even their PhD, or but it's their passion also at times. So for PhD holder, they can teach any level. So that's the minimum requirement. And next one is the professor over there. So we have professors and we have lecturers in colleges, like who are teaching from bachelor's level, master's level itself. So those are where we have professors, and normally to be professor, you can see they have minimum master's level over there, and their work is itself more or less, like you can say some are like lecturers also. So that's about professor. And next one is finally principal. And regarding principal, another section, they did interview with our school principal also. Okay, I will keep that in your assignment place also later on. Sometimes due to time management I have not been able to keep them. You can see them later on as a review also. For now you just see of your section, and because your timing and their timing is going different, and then sometimes their files are here and there. Okay, but your files immediately I've been trying to keep. If not, after some time you will see it, maybe during class test time or unit test time or anything, you can just see it. Those questions you will see additional file of another section also if they have done something interesting. Okay, I'll be trying to keep yours also in theirs and theirs also in yours. Okay, so that's for the principal. So principals work is overall, you can see it's leadership, like we told, like a hotel manager. Overall leadership for mainly the education part. Mainly that's how they've been recruiting in different schools. It's based on education, that they will look after the education of the school, whether it be academically, directly academically, whether it be co-curricular or extra activities. So they will be looking after more or less these factors. For maintenance of the building to everything, they might, some schools, they will not be looking after principal. They'll be keeping itself like some positions like a CEO itself, COO, okay, chief operating officer, chief executive officer, or different way they'll be keeping, so that they can look after different other management part. Means like accountant to everyone. But for the school principal, maybe the teachers, ECA teachers to everyone, supervision in most of the like reputed schools to who are very well settled. Okay? That's how it has been working out. Even in government school, I think the more or less their role is to itself look after the teachers, not to look after the buildings. Okay, no, construction, those are going to be taken care by bursar. To in some, like Birendra Sainik has a position called bursar right near our school. Malvi also has a position called bursar, who will look after canteen to building to everything. Okay, principal's role is to just look mainly after the teachers, staffs, and students, teaching and learning process, how well it is going on. Okay, to become a principal, like it's been written here, like there is no exactly special qualification, which I, okay, itself like it doesn't mean that they don't need any qualification at all. But in some of the places like auditing, I could see it really requires a master's degree to some extent, because I had one of my person like who was a principal of a government school in a primary school a long time back when he was young, and later on the school was growing to become a secondary school, and then he himself had to increase his qualification on time to continue with his position, and which he did it. Okay, that was a government school. So I really exactly cannot say if there is no exactly qualification, and he finished his masters also. Okay, it was a long time back, and the school still has 11 and 12 also right now. That's a government school. So if it requires for a government school, means it really requires for this private sector also. In some of the places, I could see that the principal really needs a master's degree itself for the school which is up to grade 10. Because if they ask for teachers of bachelor's level to teach 9 and 10, maybe principal is somewhat like a managerial position, and master's degree is itself more or less like a managerial position itself. So we can work out on that and just research more. Okay, what is it exactly? Is that clear? Because some things are written here in that way. So for even bachelor's, for even preschool, I think they need bachelor's level to, if they have to register as a principal, someone has to be a principal there, and that qualification I think needs to be over there. So that's about principal. So that's enough. So do you have any question regarding this teacher, profession, and principal?
No, sir.
Okay. So I showed you some slides on the screens for those people, like, so you can understand. So a teacher or the principal. Okay, now I'll be giving you questions based on this topic as well. Now we just have 4 minutes left. So in next class we will continue with the topic of page number 27. Can you see that page number 27? The reason is I'm not skipping also directly also. The reason is I see there is some connection to go to this also directly, because if you see some places, some books have the lessons here and there. If you see this also directly, you will not see this lesson exactly according to what we are studying. Okay? So based on that common thing, I just felt uh, like after relation between education and profession, like uh, institutions providing medium and higher level general education is there in this, and later on only international employment is there now. But I don't want to go direct from our books. I will be giving high priority to the book we are using, so you don't get confused. Okay. But whereas like looking others also, like this is really behind. And if you see here, this Antarashtriya Rozgari, this is the topic on the screen. And before that, if you see, there are other topics coming before that is even. So the lessons are here and there based on different books. But to make sure you're not much confused, I will be using a book. It will not go too much serially also, but it will be following them in common. Because we can't jump, because some are connected to the previous lesson. When it is connected, then I'll not be.
Hello? Hello?
So I think our topic is over. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
I just had a technical problem of electricity going off, so I just returned back to say let's end the class as well on time. If you have any question, please ask. If not, let's all move out of the room because I cannot end the call right now. Okay, or the teacher might not get host control also. So thank you so much. Please, all of you leave the room immediately right now.
Bye bye, sir.
Bye,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Please leave immediately because other teacher will come in and then there will be no host control. Please just leave it for now. Who is still here? Diggers? Diggers and who is here? Corner, please leave the meeting immediately. Diggers, can you leave the meeting?